Hello everybody, Aether Salora here, bringing another cosplayer interview. Interviewing today is...
JayRae's Cosplay. Hi guys.
Thank you for coming today. I'm so we tried this last week, everyone, and we had audio issues, but this time, made sure, and I'll even make sure, I'm gonna hear it on Twitch right now before we even continue. I'm gonna be that paranoid.
Well, we were interviewing for an hour and a half, weren't we? Before someone went, so there's no sound. We were like, no.
It honestly upsetted both of us due to the fact that we had viewers.
Yeah.
And nobody said one damn thing. And I don't usually try to actually cuss in these interviews, but that one was probably the one that really upsetted both of us in general.
Yeah. Especially because both of our schedules are really busy, so...
And it's that's another reason, too, as to, our schedules right here, we have a 7-hour difference. She's actually not from the United States. JayRae, what would you say as location information would you actually say?
I'm fairly certain you guys can tell because of my accent, but I am
Australia!
No, not Australia. I'm from Britain. How dare you?
I already knew that, but it was one of those things. Let me get a good joke.
Can't you tell from just how pale I am? Clearly I'm British.
So you work for Geico?
No.
And I do have the chat up right here on the phone. Thank God I charged the phone.
Good thing you charged the phone, yeah.
So, other than that, let's go ahead and... It's really weird to actually do an interview that we've already done. And it's like, wait a second.
I know.
What can we actually bring up? Okay, we've had a week.
Lots of things. we talked about...
A lot. So, what got you into cosplay? Let's go with that.
We had so much babble in between the actual questions.
Right. First question.
It's a shame. It was such a good interview.
Right. And first question of all. What got you into cosplay?
Oh boy, what got me into cosplay? Originally, it was Halloween. My mum and I really like Halloween. And every year we celebrated it together. We decorated the house, we did pumpkins, we made we bought loads of the bumper bags of sweets just because we wanted as many people at the door as possible. And I always dressed up as something. So to begin with, it was cats, then it was witches, I'm fairly certain I was a vampire one year. And then I decided that because I was planning my outfit all year, even when it was just me being a witch, I decided that I wanted to do an actual character rather than a stereotype. I wanted to be somebody.
Something original.
And the first outfit I ever did that was a character was the purple guy from Five Nights at Freddy's because I loved FNAF at the time.
I actually forgot that. You told me this last week.
I never posted pictures of it. Well, I did. I posted one picture on a dead site and I deleted it, so you guys can never see that.
Wind incognito mode. Let's go.
Exactly, incognito mode. You guys didn't know who I am.
Time to hack.
It was bad. It was really bad. Cheap wig from eBay, Poundland, security hat and badge, but I felt amazing because I was a character.
To be or not to be is the question.
Exactly. I think I was around 12, 13-ish for that. And then the second year I went to a Halloween party, and I'm going to say party in quotation marks because it was, I think, 5 people. It was 5 people.
Oh my.
I dressed up as the engineer from Team Fortress 2. I had so many people saying that I was Bob the Builder. I just gave up. I was like, you're kidding me.
We gotta think about even those many years ago. What would people associate what was actually known normally. Bob the Builder would have been called out in a heartbeat.
Like even if I told people I was bullied badly in school, unfortunately. So even when I went, oh no, I'm not, and this character, you know, me being all optimistic, thinking that they'd think I'm cool, that I'm dressed up as this character. I showed them a picture. They were like, "Nah, you're Bob the Builder." I'm like, but I'm not though. But yeah, it was originally Halloween that got me into cosplay, and then I can't remember how I found out that cosplay was a thing. I want to say a family friend, or maybe I heard about it online or whatever, but I found out about it. I was like, wait, it's like Halloween all year round. I get to dress as whatever I want, whenever I want. Yes! And that's how I got into cosplay.
Oh my. And honestly, you'll always hear it, as for us growing up, it would always been because of Halloween. Now in these days, it's more open. It's more like, oh, because of anime. Oh, because of this. But no, most of like 99% of the time, it will be due to, I'll say 95. I'll say 95% of the time, it'll always be because of Halloween.
Yeah. I think it was Halloween more for the, I wouldn't say older cosplayers, because I wouldn't consider myself to be an old cosplayer. I started when I was quite young.
We're not 80 years old. We're not 90 years old. I'm not 100 yet.
We're not seniors. But like in comparison to I'm part of a cosplay group called Somerset Cosplayers, and while I'm not the oldest cosplayer there, loads of new people are joining, and they're like 12, 13, 14, and I'm like, I feel so old.
Oh my gosh.
Obviously, they're the ones that got into it because of anime.
Just think of like how old they're gonna be in 18, 20 years. We'll say 18 because you said 12 being the youngest, which first off, I don't think they should have a Facebook.
Oh no, they don't. They don't have a Facebook. They always come with their parents. So they'll go to a convention with their parents. It's their parents that have the Facebook page, and that I talk to them through their parents. I'm not being weird. I'm not talking to little kids. It's more.
No, you're good. That one I understand.
I'm gonna have to defend myself. Somerset Cosplayers is it's like the name basically says it. It's cosplayers based in Somerset, which is where I live. And there's older cosplayers, there's younger cosplayers, it's a place you can go that you can ask questions, especially, you know, if you're new into it. Like a lot of the parents go, oh, my kid really likes this anime, and how do I make this? Where do I buy that? So it's lots of cosplayers helping each other, not you know, people like me. You don't get like weirdos messaging little kids.
Yo, even back
nothing
then,
like that.
Even back then, it would have always been considered weird. But now it's like, oh, okay, what help do you need? It's changed. The world of cosplay has completely changed. Even before we were born, there are people cosplaying back then.
Oh, definitely. It's gone from like, oh, weird. You know, you've got your weebs and your weirdos dressing up in outfits, and now like I said, I was bullied when I was younger, and I had people looking at my outfits going, that's really weird, why are you doing that? But now it's like a cool thing. It's like, oh yeah, I cosplay, I dress up as this character, oh yeah, I'm going to a convention at the weekend. It's like, when did it become cool?
It's when you can almost tell though when people are using it to try and be cool versus people who genuinely are actually like,
I have
really
lots
into
of unfortunately it's mainly guys, like on, because I've got a cosplay Snapchat page that I post up regular updates of props I'm making, or I advertise my streaming on there, my different pages, that sort of stuff. But it's mainly the guys messaging me going like, oh yeah, I like cosplay too. And I'm like, oh yeah, really? Can I see some stuff? And then they send me a thing, and it's like, I don't know, it's like they've been to a convention and they've bought a hoodie off a stall, or they've bought a mask off a stall. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's when they go, oh yeah, I cosplay, and you know, it's them shirtless with this mask on. I'm like, okay, I don't know who that character is. and they go, oh yeah, it's so and so, and they show me the picture of the actual character of who it's supposed to be. It's like, they're not shirtless. They're supposed to be wearing like this full thing.
Where's
that's
the cosplay?
Or is that you just saying it's cosplay?
Yeah, that's the whole thing too. Where, say, if they were fully like muscle tone, like they're putting in the work of the body build aspect. But there's most cases where people are just like, here's the bikini, here's a mask, and I'm just like, man, that's not cosplay. Sorry, but no, it's just, if you want to do a light cosplay, say you're putting a wig on, a bikini that the actual character, for example, has from video games, say League of Legends characters.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That 100%.
Yeah, like the pool party skins. Obviously they're not just bikinis, but they are skimpier. Like
they still have all the other stuff, like their powers, their weapons.
Yeah, exactly.
They've made stuff theme-wise. But as to, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, I'm very much of the opinion that people are more than allowed to casually cosplay in the sense that, or like closet cosplay, I know that's also called, where they just put on a wig and they're wearing casual clothes and they go to a convention and they go, oh yeah, I'm being so and so, and that's more than allowed. Because not everyone feels comfortable in a full outfit. Not everyone can afford a full outfit.
Absolutely.
Not everybody wants to fully get into the thing, and that's completely fine. What bugs me a little bit is when, especially, you see the skinny girls on like Reddit and Facebook, and it's not necessarily skinny girls. I know there's a plus size cosplayer who does it as well. I won't say names because I don't want hate being sent towards
It's
these
more
people.
for the sex appeal of the fandom.
Yeah, it's when they put on a wig and then they put on a matching bra bikini set and go, oh yeah, I'm so and so, and
where most so-and-so, if you actually try to sexualize a character that's from an anime, cartoon, video game, anything that is of an underage character, there's some actual, like...
Don't touch that.
And that's where it'll be borderline, where some people will be like,
Yeah.
Well...
You have to, at that point, kind of go, if that character is like a child in an anime and you're sexualizing them, like, sure, you're not underage, but the character you're portraying is, so that's kind of a bit weird. But yeah, like, if you look at me, for example, while you may not know Zaya, if you bring up a picture of her and you look at me side by side, you go, oh yeah, that's Zaya, she's got the ears, she's got the cape, the feathers. You can look at me and go, yeah, that's Zaya. But then, if I was just wearing this coloured wig, no ears, none of thing, and then just a bra that's the same colour as my dress, you then can't go, well, that's Zaya.
I would have been like, is
without
that...
everything else.
Are you Red Riding Hood?
Fairly certain if I was just wearing a bra right now, you'd be a bit distracted. You'd probably agree with anything I told you to do.
No, I am one of those very few people in this world. I'll be like this. So how are you doing?
I see, right. No, like, but do you understand where I'm coming from?
Yeah, no, for most cases,
you have to have some key elements of them. That's, like, if you're casually cosplaying, that's fine, but if you're doing something like what I'm doing, where I'm trying to make it into my business, I post it up on social media,
we'll take it to another level of professionalism, where it's like, no, I'm going to exactly do this as a canon actual thing produced by the company who makes the posts, advertisements, stuff like that. That one I can fully understand. I can appreciate.
When you're putting in the hard work, if you're only going to a convention for fun, if you're only cosplaying for fun, you go ahead, you put on that wig and wear casual clothes and say that you're so-and-so from whatever anime. I have no problem with that. It's when people obviously don't put in the effort. They're just wearing a wig and a bikini and they're posting it, and it's like, oh yeah, I'm so-and-so. Especially if they're, what really grates me is when it's like pretty cosplayers in like the bikini and stuff and saying that they're so-and-so, and they get so much attention, and I look at it and I go,
it's a straight up,
you're not recognizable as the character, and that's the problem.
It's more so as I see that in the artist world. You could do amazing artwork, everything, but then you have, male, female, really attractive, and they drew a pile of poo-poo. And they post
That's like
next
the
to
meme,
it.
isn't it? Yeah.
And it's just like, oh, come on, man. But then the ones that I do appreciate when they get such a high, you know, like, fan base, follow, subscriptions, stuff, and they help support that person next to them, like, hey, and then, you know, they grow. I'm like, there's just some of those cases in this world where it's like, okay, looks can help, like, a business. Straight up.
Yeah.
Can absolutely.
I mean, there's a few cosplayers that I look up to, and one of them, you've probably heard of her, Jessica Negri.
Yes.
She does lots of sexual stuff, but she does it right, in my opinion.
She's goofy as heck.
Yes.
Oh my god.
When she did Sonic, female Sonic.
I saw the video when she was doing it, and it was like, baby, you would also hear the song, baby.
Yeah, exactly. But she didn't just wear a blue wig and a blue, oh whoopsie, I just thunked my mic, a blue wig, a blue bikini and call it quits. She actually made an entire outfit for it, and it was still sexual. You know, she was showing off her boobs, she was showing off her bum, but I could look at that and go, oh my god, that's Sonic. Like, she's one of the ones I strive to do. Not so much the sexual stuff, but more like, if you're taking a character and changing it, then you're still keeping the essence of that character. You know, you can still look at them and know who they are. Like it.
Right. Actually,
if you're doing an anime character, obviously there's so many animes, people may not have watched them all, but you still want to know. You still want to have a picture of them and then go, and then I'm being this character, and you know, like it looks similar enough.
Right. And then if there's some times where I'm like, I have no idea who that is, like, I have no idea what you're talking about type situation versus. Okay.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
And this isn't to even, you know, deter people from cosplaying. Because, you know, even when we're absolutely bashing that type of field of cosplayers right there. And that's not fully acceptable, but those moments could change a cosplayer's life as to that might be their intro. But if you've been doing it for 5 years doing that, we absolutely know what that individual is doing it for. And it's as much as saying like you're going out to the club trying to show off and all this other fun stuff. That one, absolutely, I can just arg.
I'll be completely honest. Me currently right now, I'm not doing anything. But in the future, I would like to do not safe for work pictures. But I want to do them like Negri. I want to, for example, this character Zaya. I'm already have like a lingerie set in mind that's the same color as this. But I would keep everything else. So I would have the hood and the feathers. She's got bird feet. So I would have that as well. So I would still be in the lingerie, and you know, it'd be quite suggestive. It's more rather than like OnlyFans where everything is on display, I do more like boudoir shoots, like pin-up.
Yes.
That's what I'm hoping to do more of. But like
more of the
so I'm not
appropriate age
do,
adult like, business style.
Exactly.
But
I'm not bashing it at all because I want to do it as well. It's more those who put on a wig and a bra and call it a cosplay. Like if you've got a prop or something with it and you do actually do the character, that's less bad, but it's more
you're actually trying to be the character. It would be
more people seeing it as a cash grab than doing it because they love it, you know?
Right. And I've seen certain people that first started out in the cosplay world who are now doing it as a cash grab. I mean, if like you whatever gets you money on the end of the day on the table, you guys survive. I'm not gonna bash anybody's work ethic, but there's some people that are like, I don't have any skills, and I'm like, you just haven't explored the world enough to experience what life can give you into what you want to do. You're in the comfort zone of whatever business it is that you're going about, and furthermore, it's just one of those like, hey, okay, but I say even, you know, all new old cosplayers just experience things, go out there, talk with people, you know, discuss. It's wonderful to actually get out and about.
Agreed. Like if anyone were to, I don't want people to see this interview and think, oh, she's really hateful, she's jealous. No. She can't have it. Like, yeah, I'm jealous of the fact that people are getting so much attention over in my opinion, not a cosplay. in comparison to me who put so many hours into my work, you know.
It's the envy, the jealousy, stuff like that.
It is jealousy, and I will say that. I don't want people bashing me going, oh, you're just being jealous. You're just a fat cow that wishes you could do that. Yeah, I wish. I would love to do that. But, yeah, you know.
It comes down to sometimes the jealousy, if put towards the right path, it motivates a lot of people to even go further beyond even what other individuals. But I will say, like, at the end of the day, guys, make sure that you're doing it for yourself. There may be things in this world that will actually push you to go further beyond your capabilities, where you're actually being more exposed to the culture of everything. Where that's cool, but if it's just to get back at people all the wrong ways, like, reanalyze and work on yourself at that point. That's a good, like, that's a red flag that can be worked on. If not, I mean, please exit.
Yeah, exactly, you know.
But, alright, and then other questions for the interview. I'm just like, we're on one.
We went off on a tangent there, didn't we? At least we kept it cosplay related. We didn't do that last time.
So with Captain Cosplay, no, what would you actually say is your best experiences in the cosplay world, as of in the past or current situations that you would like to explain or talk about with audience?
Okay, best thing, a couple of years back, I was, because I mean it probably would have happened again more recently, but because of COVID everything's been shut down. But the last convention I went to before the pandemic, I was actually recognized by somebody. Somebody went, oh my gosh, you're JayRae's cosplay. I was like, I was recognized. I was even asked to be in a video, which was amazing. I've been videoed for TV and put on TV. That was really cool. It was only like a little like cameo thing. It wasn't like an interview like this. That was really cool. I absolutely love when people come up to me and you can just see the excitement on their face. I think the getting past all of the, you know, the being recognized and stuff, one of the best experiences I've ever had in cosplay. I was Soldier 76. I was doing I wasn't doing a gender bend. I was the male Soldier 76. I did my masculine makeup, and I spoke in a lower voice with the mask on and everything. And I bound my chest. That hurt.
Oh,
these babies were not meant to be bound. Anyway, I was at a convention. It was a relatively small one. It was in Cardiff, I think. And I remember seeing this little boy in a wheelchair. And he was wearing a Soldier 76 top, and he had a little mask, and like a little like Nerf gun pistol. But he had a mask just like me. And as soon as he saw me, his eyes lit up. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I went over to him, and his dad was like surprised as well, because obviously we're the same character. And I went over to him first and I said, you look absolutely amazing. Can I have your photo? And oh my god, I'm tearing up thinking about it now, because the dad looked like he was gonna cry.
Oh.
And the little kid was so excited that I'd come up to him first and asked for a photo. I am getting all emotional. I can't cry, I'm wearing makeup. But yeah, I still have the selfie on my phone. It was so cute because his face is just...
Think of dead cats.
No.
It won't get you to cry. There we go.
But no, his face was lit up in the photo, and I chatted with him afterwards as well, and his dad thanked me. He said that obviously I'd made his day, but it was so cute. That was like the best experience I've ever had. You know, I wasn't even a big cosplayer at that point. I'm not a big cosplayer now, but I mean, like,
we'd be very surprised how big we are in the community when I've even told people, like, say Ahmed, who I interviewed, he's really well known in the cosplay community. And then we've got Emma, who is as people refer to her as the female Asian Jack Sparrow. I'm like, no, that's just Jack Sparrow. Like, at first, even when I met him, like, oh, yeah, trying to describe people. And nobody knows anybody's actual names. It's like, come on. But these people were amazed to hear how big. I'm like, no, like, you are pretty big in the community. Then again, it's just like, oh, yeah, you're normal to me. What's up?
Yeah, that's, thinking about that, my actual name is classified. No, it's Juliet.
It's classified Julia. That's interesting.
But nobody in the cosplay community knows me as that. Even one of my close friends who's known me for a while refers to me as Jay or JayRae, because that's obviously what I go as. That's my alias.
Oh, I absolutely know the feeling.
But yeah, the amount of times that people have friended me on Facebook and I've gone, who are you? And I've obviously accepted it and gone, hi, do I know you? And they're like, yeah, I'm so and so, and I'm like, and he's like, I cosplay as this character, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's you, hey.
No, that is so bad in the cosplay community, as to like a lot of people, even to this day, I'm like, who? What? And then they put the cosplay or they show the picture, I'm like, oh my god, what's up?
Yeah, I know you.
And it's
the worst one was probably because I look nothing like I do without all the makeup on.
Is it sad I could recognize
I'm not saying
you
I'm a
without
catfish,
any
but...
cast? I can recognize a lot of people when they go into full makeup cosplay. I'm like, hey, how you doing? And it isn't. I don't even need to hear their voice. It's just visually I can see. I'm like, sup? And they're like, how'd you know it was me? Well, now I know for sure it's you because of your voice.
I'm looking forward to when, because I look, in my opinion, there are certain features that I have that you can see. My nose is one of them. I don't have a big nose, but like, I've got a recognizable nose, and the other one is my lips. You will see when you see all the photos that you show later that those are the ones that I can't really mask. Everything else can change. I can change how my eyes look with contacts. I can change
I can change my
jawline,
voice,
that kind of stuff. But yeah.
So, for other things as poor experiences in the cosplay world, and this is something I love to bring up now more to make everybody else realize. Realize it isn't all sunshine, rainbow, fluffy unicorns.
Little kids getting excited to have a photo with you, yeah.
We will have real talks in these interviews, and it's one of those, what were some of the worst, you can name 1, 2, 3, just not like a 4-hour FFA Creed speech here.
Yeah, okay, so obviously there's the hate of you don't look like the character. I've had hate. It's never normally in real life. It's always online. People don't seem to have the balls to come up to me in real life and say these things. And
that right there, I will agree with you. There's a lot of people, you gotta realize, everybody, whatever you say in person and online, say it in person, because trust me, it'll be the one time you don't expect that individual that you badmouthed or you thought you were safe, and then you had a realization later on. Life will get you in the most unexpected ways. So it's be wary of what you say online and in person. I tell people, if you got something to say to me,
say it in real life.
Say it in real life. Or
have the confidence to tell me to my face that I'm too fat to be Zaya, that I should be a different character, that what's the worst one I've had? I mean, that was one, that I'm too fat to be a certain character.
Could I ask...
Zaya is quite small and petite, and I'm not.
It could be body image, visual shame. It could be where... even, and it's sad to see this too, but I see it everywhere in the world. To me, racism is just, don't talk about it, but there's so much racism talk, no matter what fandom. It could be cosplay, it could be video game, it could be whatever you could think of. Not looking as to the exact character. A lot of people critically, we could go into like, no, your hips are too wide, you're not this weight size, you're not this height size, you're not white, you're not black, you're not Asian, you're not Indian, you're not Russian, you're not Ukraine, you're not England, you're not Australian, like all that. Overall, it's where you get older, you realize for the people that were like that, as you're not exact. You realize you need to be opened up, think before you speak. Like, at one point, many, many years ago, even I'd been like, but you're not, like, it was the whole, like, oh, have realization, think out the box, stop being narrow-minded, you know. I was young and dumb, but now it's like, no, just do whatever you want. You can
exactly.
You can cosplay this character.
If you want to be so and so, do it. If you're going to enjoy it,
and just
like
being responsible.
Sorry, I keep interrupting you.
No, I know we're both bad, but being responsible about it too, as to things not to do. Unless it's like Gamora, where she's green skin. Nobody in their right mind knows nobody has green skin. Exactly. It's fine. Stuff like that, fine. Black facing, no. White facing, no. Nothing of like.
Yeah, I find talking about racism in cosplay, it's, in my opinion, I can't say much, I'm a white girl, but like it's always, I find that white people get more hate cosplaying as black characters than black people do as white characters. But obviously that's just from my point of view. I don't know what black cosplayers go through, but like for example, if I were to cosplay as Storm, she's a strong black X-Men that is incredibly strong.
Yes.
But if I were to cosplay as her, no doubt I get a lot of people going, oh, but you're not black. Why are you cosplaying as Storm? In comparison, if a black girl were to cosplay as Raven from Teen Titans, sure, there's bound to be people going, oh, but Raven's white. But I don't imagine there's many people in comparison to me cosplaying as a black person.
Right. It comes down to, I do see that a lot, but then there'll always be the thing as to a lot of anime, cartoon, video games, there'll be always the fact that there's not a lot of characters of that skin cult.
Yeah.
You know, not cult, of the culture of your skin color to be based off of characters from any comic book, video game, anime, TV show, toy series, like any of that. That one, I completely understand. And when it comes to anime, as to actually tell people, like, it's mostly they're white. No, that one I can understand, but no,
technically they're not. They're Asian. They're Asian.
Yes,
and if that's the argument you're going, then what? Only Asian people can cosplay as anime characters.
And you do hear that.
That's basically with that argument.
I've seen more of the negatives growing up than the positives, but there'd also be the backlash of a lot of Eastern cosplayers saying, like, Western cosplayers shouldn't be cosplaying, you know, Eastern. And when I say that, it's more of the Eastern cosplayers are related to or defined as the Asian culture cosplayers. And I'm like, okay, children, here we go.
Yeah. I think the main thing that anyone, whether you're in the community or you're looking at the community, it doesn't matter who you cosplay as. I could cosplay as, I don't know, anyone. I could be cosplaying as a black male character, and it doesn't matter as long as I don't do racist stuff in the sense that I don't blackface.
Essentially, wear the skin that you were given.
You can be any character you want to be. If you're black and you want to cosplay as a white person, do it. If you're male and you want to cosplay as a female person and not gender bend, as in, you know, stuff a bra and do your makeup, that's fine. You can cosplay as whoever you want to cosplay as. People shouldn't gatekeep. People shouldn't say, oh, you're wrong for doing something that you want to do. Unless that thing is, like, illegal or racist or, you know, there's a line you have to draw.
Or black market stuff, you know, like selling people, slavery, you know, all that fun stuff. Like,
at that point, it's kind of like, no, maybe you shouldn't do that. I don't care whether you enjoy it or not. No, that's wrong.
Like, a dangerous occupation pays well, but, like, yeah, you take the risks with the actions. You know, there's always consequences to everybody's actions. Be very, very, and I know I stretch this very far, but be very cautious of what you say in this world, because it can come back and haunt you, even if you completely forgot what it is. Sometimes those moments other people will not forget. And that will judge you for the rest of your life. It's dangerous, actually. And, whoo! Some people don't forget things where it's like, man, that was 20 years ago. What are you talking about?
Oh, no. The internet does not forget.
Even if it's in real life. People have that's why I always keep like a helpful like little black book of everything.
Yeah.
And it's all up here.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to forget anything, you know. I remember 10 years ago when you said this thing and I'm still holding it against you.
And I'd be like, what? What was that about? Okay. I'm like, and then again, I'm like, I would say, and don't ever try and forcefully make a fake memory as to going along with somebody. Like, if you truly do not remember something, rumors, it's like a he said, she said type situation. I'm like, make sure that, like, even gaslighting, you'll see that growing up throughout your entire life, and it goes well into the cosplay world. It's like self-conscious. It's it's like we're not trying to do an interview where this is all negatives, guys. We're having real life
fun in a minute.
It's
we've had the wholesome and now it's the gritty.
It's
I've got a wonderful story to tell you after this about bad experiences at a convention.
Oh no. But
rather than online.
It's more of the whole real talk, guys. Like, you want to see other people being human. We make mistakes. We have good experiences. We'll have bad experiences. We'll have the blissful moments.
Cosplay isn't sunshine and rainbows, unfortunately.
It's where you could. Would you agree with the fact? Oh, hold on. I'll rephrase this. By going into the cosplay community, any community, wrestling community, it's just more as to. There's your friends at conventions. There's your true friends. There's some friends that just become acquaintances. Like, we all grow. We grow apart. We have our own personal lives. But there's always the fact, as I would state, besides beware of what you say, but don't be the main character of everybody's life, but focus truly on yourself more. Yeah. You don't need to be in everybody's business, as what some people would say, because the less people know about you, the happier you will be in life. Because then it's like, ooh, secrets, and it's like, you don't need to know my secrets.
It's the idea that just because we share a hobby doesn't mean that we all have to be best buds. It's like I'm friends with loads of cosplayers. Anyone could come up to me and go, I want to know more about cosplay, and I'll be like, heck yeah, I'll tell you about it.
Right.
But I think that's more because cosplay is a niche hobby, and the more people you get into it, the more it's like, yeah, I want to spread the love of this community, not in a weird way. Like, you want to be able to support other people. But then if I said, oh, my hobby is cooking, that doesn't mean that I'm best friends with my neighbor down the road that also cooks. You know.
I'd be like, okay, what do you cook? Because I'll go on a topic of 15 years of cooking right now with that person.
I love Asian food. I love Indian food. I love American food's alright, I guess.
You know, Indian candy and sweets are some of the most interesting and complex things that could be explained in a conversation.
Definitely.
It's like,
Random question. Yeah. What's your favorite food? Go.
Oh, no. If it's culture, Asian food. If it comes down to actual dish, I will always be up for fried or / regular white rice with beef and broccoli. Because I'm getting my carbs, I'm getting my veggies, and I'm getting my meats, my proteins. But if it came down to being a healthier option, it'd be chicken and beef. And maybe some lo mein noodles.
I have 3 options. I really like sushi. I absolutely love ramen. But my favorite dish that I haven't had in a while. Duck and plum sauce.
Oh my god. Okay, see, those
sweet
are... Okay.
And it melts in your mouth, and it's so good, and we need to stop talking about food.
Okay, no. Okay, if there's another one, it's spiral sliced ham with pineapple. Oh my...
That sounds amazing.
Honeysickle.
I know loads of people are going to be really controversial. Pineapple and ham, but
no,
I
like,
love pineapple on my
you need to
pizza.
have pineapple because there's
saying.
some ham out. Okay, spiral sweet honey ham usually is already cured to be a sweet taste, but if it's regular ham, you're gonna want something sweet with it because there's just, man, I can't put all that saltiness in my mouth.
That's what she said.
No, it's just like, let me see if I can hint to something. Or if, like, you get a peppermint mocha.
Peppermint mocha's nice.
Oh my god. It's
or
so
dark chocolate and mint.
Oh,
that's another one that's like, you know, it's bitter, but at the same time the mint is like sweet.
You take that and you just blend it up into like a powder or like just crumbles and put it on some French vanilla ice cream with some brownies.
That
and then
amazing.
favorite dessert with adding into that ice cream would be like Dutch apple pie with some whipped cream.
Oh, stop, you're making me hungry. Stop.
But okay, and then in the cosplay world, for food wise, always prepare your stuff. Like, it doesn't need to always be like sandwiches packed or anything, but PB&J will always, you know, like, be very nice, but at the same time make sure, like, when you go out, don't starve yourself. Just keep a consistent, if you gotta eat crackers, graham crackers, like anything light, just put into the stomach. Your judgment and actions will be highly effective if you're in a heavy cosplay. You can get hangry real quick.
Ooh, yeah.
Like that level, it's a smackdown on the actual table. And I've dealt with my fair share of it. It's not pleasant with
with hangry players, especially in heavy wigs and lots of makeup and armor. You're just sweating everywhere and you just want a burger.
Oh no, it's absolutely like that. Give me some McDonald's or burger. Give me some Burger King. Or
McDonald's, be like KFC, just anything. Chips, milkshake.
I'd be like, can anybody get me some, like, Baconators, please? I will give you monies to go get food. And in most cases, a lot of people will be super desperate. Like, I will send you money, and I will give you it, and it'll be immediate. Here's a 20, please go.
Feed me. I'm starving. I'm really bad. I get quite nervous before a con. So if I'm staying at a hotel, or, like, because it's a weekend con.
Pizza.
I'll struggle to eat breakfast because I'm so nervous. Oh, I just bonked my mic again. Whoopsie. But yeah, I'll get so nervous I won't eat. And then at the end of the day, or like around lunchtime, when whoever I'm with is like, "Oh, I'm hungry. Let's go to a food stall."
I hate that.
I'm hungry too.
I'm like,
when was I hungry?
Or it'll always be Asian snacks. You'll see that a lot at conventions. And I'm not just talking about like Pocky.
Asian snacks are big at conventions.
Oh my god.
Pocky and
Ramune and
and all of that stuff.
Those two are obvious, but it'll be like, can I get some bean buns, please? And it's like, oh my god, I don't care if it's just to bring like $200 or $300 just specifically for food. But you don't need to. You can survive off of 60, but if you want to splurge on some good food,
if you want the good stuff,
like it's like how in video games, why is this food so expensive? Or it's like in real life, like, oh god, Red Lobster prices, you know.
We don't have Red Lobster here. We've got
You got a shrimp crab place, don't you?
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
We don't really have any like seafood places apart from like local fish and chip shops. We don't like have anything that's dedicated to seafood.
Okay.
I mean, we've got sushi. We've got like yo and Wagamama and stuff, but that's like Asian rather than.
It'll be closer to the actual Asian style sushi versus American sushi. In the cosplay world, they're like, oh, sushi. I'm like, so you mean where it's raw, not cooked? None of this.
Well, that would depend. Sushi actually means sticky rice.
Yeah.
Sashimi is the raw fish. So, like, you can technically get chicken teriyaki sushi, because it's just chicken teriyaki and sticky rice.
Oh my god, that
I
sounds
love
so
sashimi.
good right now.
It's really
I'm
good.
not even joking. You like there's so okay, and then cosplay world of eating at last minute, you can get sick. There's some people that like even back then, I couldn't really eat at conventions. I would get sick.
You get nervous and then you don't want to bloat because you're in your outfit, that kind of stuff.
Oh,
that's what it is for
it's
me.
a hardcore I'm sick for 2 days at the convention type situation. Worst case, what was your worst medical experience with cosplay? It could have been passed out on the floor from cosplay. It could have been that you had to go to the ER. What were some of the actual worst medical things that had happened while being at a convention?
I've never been that bad with my conventions. The worst was probably... I have a satyr cosplay, satyress. Her name is Ivy. And for her, I am constantly on the balls of my feet. I've got...
Ouch.
It's a heelless heel. So the heel is on the floor, and then there's an arch, but there's no heel. It's literally... I'm off the floor. I'm constantly on the balls of my feet.
Oh,
that,
okay. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah. So you know how a normal heel is. You've got the slope of the heel, and then you've got the heel bit.
I've got my
Imagine
stilettos.
that, but without the heel.
You're
You can
tiptoeing.
never rock back. You're always on your tippy toes.
Satyr. It took me a second. I was thinking Saint Seiya.
No, think like
I know it's literally gonna be on the balls, the front balls of your, not the heel.
Your tippy toes, basically.
Yeah, you're like, I'm tiptoeing. How you doing?
Mm-hmm. But I was wearing that, I think, for 10 hours. And I was constantly walking around, always on the balls of my feet. I was never able to rock back. I couldn't walk the next day. It burned so badly.
Your body's not
because
used
I'd been
to that.
walking around on my tiptoes the entire day before. That was really bad. But I've never been to the ER. I've never been to A&E or anything like that for cosplay, thankfully.
I have.
I can imagine, like, I already knew from when I first met you, you've definitely gone to A&E because of cosplay. You seem like that sort of person.
I've gone into 5 layers to the hotel room from overheating, and for how my body reacted would not actually cool down, even if we got myself into a hot bath shower, and it had to be required to go to the ER to just get some penicillin.
That must have cost a lot, because in America you don't have free healthcare, do you?
At that time, well, here's the case. It's called pay later.
Right.
And I had
go to the shop and buy yourself some penicillin. You know, you could do that too.
We can't get that off the shelf.
What?
Yep. No.
We can get.
You guys are lucky on more of the medical stuff when it comes. It's on the shelf versus they want to wring us dry. There's some things. That's why even I've gone into herbology and all this other stuff to learn about, you know, the basic things. But from that experience on, it was the fact that as soon as I took that, I immediately started drenching in sweat. My pores were to the point that I would.
You were like a sponge. Ew.
No, it was, my pores were so tightly constricted, and I've already got tight pores where I don't really get super acne everywhere except for like on my bum, which is weird, or it's gonna be on the top of like
TMI.
or it'll be like a little bit here or there, like in little small patches. But like if I ever see one on my face, it's like, when did I get that?
I'm quite lucky. I don't, considering the amount of makeup I wear for cosplay. I mean, I don't really wear makeup anyway, but I don't really get many spots on my face. I feel quite lucky about that.
I am well, even if I got it, guess what? I could cover it.
Yeah.
Makeup's your best friend.
Makeup is amazing. It can turn me from a potato to a stunning bird.
No, you are a lovely
potato. Wait.
Hey, I'm part Irish. I love potatoes, so you good.
Damn, potatoes are a sexy vegetable.
My god.
You can.
No, like.
What is it? Is it chop them, mash them, put them in a stew? Boil them, mash them, put them in a stew. You can make chips from them. Potatoes are very
You can make
sexy
fried
vegetable.
food from potatoes. You can make wholesome food for the holidays out of potatoes. You can use potatoes as a potato gun. They're explosive too.
Gun.
Also, like you said, charge. Oh no, you can hook your phone up to a potato and it will charge.
You can take photos with a potato. I saw a YouTube video where someone put like, instant cameras with the little roll of film that you.
Yeah.
Like the disposable ones. Basically, they put that in a potato and ran everything off the potato.
That is super cool.
It was really cool. It was really cool. And the photos were like usable. Usable in air quotations.
What?
Usable.
And then on top of that, you can get into sculpting. Like, people use potatoes more than almost any other food out in this world. Besides rice.
Shiver.
We're talking about
my grave. You could saw my ears wiggling then.
And then on top of that, honestly, even with potatoes, they fuel a lot of this world, honestly.
Mm.
Oh, and then you can...
the Irish wouldn't have survived without potatoes.
The first time I actually recently, and this is gonna be weird, like, guys, why aren't you getting into like more of the like this is more of the actual feel.
Yeah,
this is the feel of like the interviews. I actually never usually eat potato wedges with ketchup. I finally did that recently because I'm always eating French fries with ketchup, right? I was like, but these wedges were so freaking thick, and I was like, oh my god. I know it's just a potato, but it's like, oh my goodness.
Like a mini potato.
Yeah,
but like...
a lot of people think, oh, like wedges should be like, a little bit like this. I'm like, no, I get them like this thick, honey. I like my thick
with
potatoes.
3 C's. Four C's?
No, it's all about that. Best way to even say, like, the potatoes are actually a very good snack to be healthy, and it's a very good substance to actually eat even at the conventions, if you ask me. Fries, just make sure to get
very
potatoes.
Filling. Yeah.
And it will fuel you. Surprisingly, people like, I'll get pizza. I'm like, I'm gonna go get French fries. They're both greasy, but the potatoes will actually last me longer in a cosplay community.
Plus, because they're carbs, it's slow releasing energy rather than like sugar, which would be fast.
And it's
potatoes are good.
Even the healthier version. Some people will be like, I don't like sweet potato or yams. Actually, surprisingly, a person at my job that I work with, I chose to finally deep fry wedge version of yam or sweet potato. Oh my god, it was so
They're
freaking
amazing.
good.
I've had that before. I
And
love sweet potato fries.
It'll come down to people saying like it's a texture issue, and like I can only eat a fry because of the texture. I'm like, okay, so you can't really eat mashed potatoes or something like that. So the person at work said, I don't like the taste of sweet potato, but I was like, have you had the sweet potato actually fried? And like, no. I'm like, I'm about to cook one up, and here's a little potato bite. Try it. And they're like, oh my god, that's good. I'm like, aha, see, I told you. You got it. Okay, and then for other worldly experience of cosplay, travels, where have you actually gone in the world, culturally experienced with certain categories of cosplaying?
Okay, so I've been quite a bit in England. I've been to London, I've been to Cardiff, I'm planning to go to Manchester. I've obviously been around Somerset a lot, but I have travelled abroad.
And then to clarify on England and London, for some people, even I forget sometimes, I will admit that, to clarify or educate them swine that don't know anything. What's the difference between somebody references England to London to England, not knowing what the actual difference is? Could you explain that to the audience?
Okay, so you have the United Kingdom. That is England, Wales, Northern Ireland, and Scotland. 4 different countries. England is a country. London is the capital of our country. That's like
Washington, D.C. being the capital of Washington, which then you also have Washington as an example over here.
Exactly. I don't know American geography, so that's like Paris being the capital of France.
Yes.
You know? So London is the capital of England.
It's weird. Geography goes very far in the cosplay world. Really weird.
Yeah. I'm not great with geography personally, but at least I know where my conventions are.
I'll be like, I'm going here. Smack dab. Here's the site, here's the link.
As long as I have a postcode and a sat nav, I can get there. It's fine.
I'll send you a postcard when I get there. Never received.
Exactly.
They must have died.
But selfie. Am I in the right place?
I don't know. I get lost and I have GPS.
Anyway, so I've also been abroad. I went to Norway. I lived in Norway for a short while. So I've been to some Norwegian conventions as well. They aren't too different from London conventions.
Surprising, actually.
Say again?
Surprisingly.
Yeah, you'd think it'd be more different. No, it's not. I think the only thing that really threw me,
the language?
Yeah, I mean, I can speak some Norwegian, so I knew, and people there can speak English, so it wasn't too bad. As soon as, I knew, I can't personally remember what it was, but I know when people asked me a question, usually what the question was, so can I have a photo with you? Yeah, of course. But if you answer in English, they immediately go, oh, you're English. I'm like, yeah, I'm English. I may be pale and have dyed blonde hair. Like, obviously you can't see because I'm wearing a wig. But I'm definitely not Norwegian. No.
No. During the wintertime, my hair turns blue because it's so cold.
Yeah, most people there speak English, so that wasn't too bad. They I'm trying to remember the thing that they had that was really.
I don't know if English is one of the most well-spoken languages out there, but it's one of the most versatile languages out there because of how many.
Most people have English as a second language if it's not their native tongue.
Yeah.
I mean, my Norwegian friends, one of them speaks, I think, 5 languages. Obviously Norwegian. He speaks Russian, which is a bit right now, but he speaks Russian. He speaks Swedish, but Swedish is so close to Norwegian anyway. They only have a few different things. Like, don't come at me, Swedes and Norwegians. Like, they are very similar in the sense that when I went to Sweden, I could understand it and I only knew Norwegian.
Yeah.
He also knew English, obviously, and he knew a little bit of German. So I think English is a really common language in the world. Even people who aren't fluent in it, they do know some English.
It's basic knowledge in a lot of different languages, and that's what I see more when it's not the United States. And I try to actually educate myself about South America, and it's pretty dark down. Like, what I hear, it's pretty dangerous down there.
I'd love to go to Rio, like Rio de Janeiro, for the
soccer
parades and festivals and stuff. But the amount of crime that's there, I'm not sure if I'd want to go or not. I feel really scared.
Go with, honestly, very well-educated people that are from that area, so you don't get conned out of stuff, because, man, I'm not going to be gullible and be like, nope, I don't know you, stranger danger, go away.
Stranger danger.
Honestly, and that's a big thing. It'll always say, like, stranger danger, like, we'll joke about that kind of stuff here in the circle of friends. We'll joke about that, but, like, honestly, you say that out loud at a convention,
most people rush to you. Yeah, I've always found the security to be really good at conventions, like big conventions. You know, if you go into a small one, then usually the security consists of the people who run the convention. But, like, I was going to tell you a story earlier. We got sidetracked by, I think, food. Food and racism.
No, that's a bad combination, man.
That is a bad combination. You have to watch the stream to understand how this conversation panned out. But yes, I was dressed as Ivy, my Satia character that I was talking to you about earlier.
Yes.
And the thing about her, and then the thing about me, is that I'm a big girl in the sense that I've got big boobs and I've got a big bum. And because she was, I'm going to be brutal about it, because she is a half furry character, because I made like furry legs.
She got a big furry bum.
She got a big furry booty. And I've got a tail on the back of my big furry bum, as you do. I remember.
Don't tell people I have a tail.
In a line. just go past that. Just past that. I remember waiting in line for a cosplay masquerade. Just going to clarify what a masquerade is. Obviously, you know, and probably the people watching know, but just in case there's anyone who doesn't know what cosplay is, a masquerade is where cosplayers can sign up in their outfits to perform. Almost, it's like a catwalk.
Yeah.
And you do have different
categories, divisions, age group.
One,
it's a cosplay contest and or skit category that you enter in to show off at a cosplay convention. There's called masquerades instead, but most people like the cosplay contest, and there'll be different categories as in prop, makeup's. Yeah,
it depends. It depends on how big the convention you go to is. The one that I went to was really small, so it was just the one thing, and it didn't matter whether you'd made the outfit yourself or whether you'd bought it off like China. It didn't matter. It was just basically to show off your outfit, and then they picked whichever one they liked the most. Whereas ones will have different categories, like you said. Most of mine would go into handmade items because I make them myself, and I could get the prize for that. But then you also have ones like best not like
props.
overall, like best character, personality. So Zaya is really, she's really, she doesn't like anyone apart from Rakan, her partner. So she's really kind of like mysterious, don't talk to me. So like if I was to bounce on stage or happy, then obviously I wouldn't be the character, but I wouldn't, I'd be kind of brooding. I wouldn't want to talk to people. I'd have my feathers. If anyone talked to me, I'd be kind of me trying to be all aggressive on stream. But that's what a masquerade is. Anyway, back to the story. Tangent aside. I was lining up for it, and because it was a small convention, we were lining up outside, it was really weird. Like some of us were inside, but then the line was so long that we had to go out of the door.
Oh gosh, I know, I've been in those type of lines before. Yeah.
And in front of me were a group of girls, and they were all dressed as anime characters. I didn't know who they were, but they were like they had the brightly colored wigs, and some of them had props. Some of them were dressed in schoolgirl outfits. That they were those kind of anime cosplayers. And behind me there was a guy who looked like his outfit was created on the day using what he'd bought off of stalls. So he had a hoodie, he had some plushies, he had he had a mask that was the mask where it's there, then there's a zipper on it.
Oh, so he was probably doing oh, what's that movie that everybody gets killed off because it's that one day out of the year? I'm not thinking Payday.
Purge.
The Purge, yes.
I mean, it looked like an anime mask, but it could have been a Purge mask. I don't know. It looked honestly like a GIMP mask, but I'd seen a few of them available on stalls. But his outfit looked like he'd made it on the day. Nothing wrong with that. He just wanted to show off. That's fine. What I did have a problem with was I was minding my own business when I suddenly felt a hand grab my ass and squeeze. Oh yeah, and
that's a big no.
I'd noticed this with Ivy before. I'd have kids come up to me and go, "I really like your tail. Can I touch it?" And it's like, well, yeah, it's a little kid. It's fine. I don't mind people, like not kids. I don't mind people coming up to me and going, "Can I touch your tail?" It seems to be something that's really popular with the furry community, touching people's tails.
Always the tail.
I don't know why.
Always the tail. It's a tail. It's a tail.
It's a tail. It's a tail and it's fluffy and soft. What do you expect? But the thing is, it was a small tail. It was like a little nub deer tail. So it's not like a long cat tail. I don't mind people asking, because I will always go, yes, of course, because the tail is really fluffy and it's lovely. What I don't like is when people ask and then grab my ass instead, or they don't ask at all and grab my ass, or if they don't ask and they grab my tail. Like, that's really unnerving. I don't want to suddenly move and then have the tail ripped off, you know? I spent time making that outfit. But I obviously jumped, freaked out because this guy was grabbing my ass, and I nearly fell over on my hooves, and I turned around to him and I was like, what are you doing? And he looked at me and was like, oh, I just wanted to touch your tail, as you do. I was like, okay. And then the group of girls in front of me was like, oh, no, you can come in front of us. It's okay. So they moved me away from him. And they were like, oh, he's been causing trouble for ages. We've been trying to get him banned from this place, but we can't get any proof because he always does it outside of the cameras. So obviously he'd waited until we were outside to then grab me. And it's like, that's insane. But like, going back to the entire with the community and security, just because security don't see something, and the stranger danger that you mentioned, you call that and most people are going to come to your aid.
Oh, absolutely.
Whether it's a group of girls, a group of guys, I'm fairly certain that if I'm in an outfit at a convention and I go up to a group of guys or girls and go, someone's following me, can I stick with you guys? We would all go, yeah, of course. Like, we don't know you, but you're obviously in trouble, so we're gonna.
That's why I always tell people now, the older I'm getting, I'm like, okay, hey, just call, like, say, hey, I'm your, don't say cousin, just say, hey, I'm your brother, or I'm, you know, your uncle. I'm like, oh, hey, you okay? Because I actually have niece and a nephew now, like, biologically or step-related, I actually have. Like, I'm like, oh, God, I'm getting old.
Oh, God, I'm old.
I just tell people, don't call me dad, unless, like, kid, like, if it's, you know, somebody so young, I'm like, oh, hey, okay, like, just whatever you gotta say.
Yeah,
it's just like,
whatever you gotta say to get out of that situation. But
it's like, oh, hey, yeah, no.
Going back to the stranger danger, I've been talking too much, my tongue's gone numb. The cosplay community is really tight-knit in the way that if you go up to someone and say, I'm lonely, well, okay, maybe not like, oh, I'm lonely, can I spend time with you? But like if you haven't got friends at a convention, or you feel like you're being harassed by someone, you're being followed by someone, just go up to someone and go, I haven't got anyone to spend time with here, can I spend some time with you guys? Obviously it depends on if you're some guy going up to a gaggle of girls and going like, hey,
it's a little bit weirder,
can I spend time with you guys?
And that's
like,
that's
just social norms at that point, you know. Don't be a weirdo.
Right. It's be just casual. Hey, how you doing? I'm actually trying, like, communication. You know, if you're polite about it and you socializing.
I find like there is nothing wrong with, as a guy going up to a group of girls or a girl going up to a group of guys. There's nothing wrong with that, as long as you don't be weird and sexual about it, because cosplay isn't about being sexual. It's about,
it'll be really weird if it's like somebody, I'm 30, and if I were to go up to, say, as an example, a group of 13-year-old girls.
Ooh,
unless it's a photo shoot, like, it's only we're there at a photo shoot as a different category, understandable on this character. Hey, if you guys want any photos, there's a whole difference.
That's like normal social norms, isn't it? You wouldn't go up to a random group of 13-year-old girls on the street and go, hey,
oh, absolutely not.
Like, it's even,
I would say mentoring is what I do more now, especially if it's a cosplay group of certain cosplayers. I'm like, hey, let's talk, you know, all this stuff. I actually am starting to mentor some people here and there. I'm learning things that they're teaching me I didn't know how to do. Or like, ooh, that's really cool. Can you tell me how you did this type thing?
Yeah.
Like, it'll be like a prosthetic, like, you know, arm of armor and stuff. I'm like,
yes.
Please show me.
Like, where they make, like, socks. Like, they're called arm socks, aren't they? But they're basically just like gloves, but they have all the metal pieces on the foam pieces. And it looks so cool, and I don't know how to do that.
I'll just be like this. Ooh, shiny.
Ooh, shiny. Like Bucky's arm. I've seen some young cosplayers do that and make that out of EVA foam, and I just go, how do you do that? That's really cool.
Right? So, with other things to actually go to the next category, let's move on to the
We've talked about this one quite a lot. We've gone lots of detours. Let's do the next thing.
All right, everybody, we're going to be going to...
I've just noticed somebody in the chat. I've been so busy talking to you. Awesomeness is from my stream. Thank you for coming over and seeing us. He's lovely. He helped me with my Skyrim video because I didn't know what to do.
Yo!
Oh, look, it's me.
Oh,
it's my
no.
photos.
Uh-oh, it's you! All right, let's go ahead and get it. It's me. Did you know that they are considering of bringing a third Mario brother in finally, and his name is Pablo from Italy, from a different country?
I did not know that. No, I knew that there were memes to do with the third brother being called Giuseppe, but that's
oh my.
That's more yeah, I think that's more just memes than anything else. I don't think that's actually from Nintendo.
But yeah, for first cosplay, it's you as your what you're as now. With,
Zaya, yep, from League of Legends.
I was gonna say Zilia, and I was like, nope, just shut up, don't
Zaya.
say it.
Xayah.
Zaya. All right. So, as convention-wise, where was this taken? Whom is it that you're taking a picture with? Photographer, all that fun stuff.
All of that good stuff. So, the convention, it wasn't actually a convention. It was a charity meetup for lots of different cosplayers and photographers. So every cosplayer paid £5. So I don't know, around it's not even $5 for you guys. Our pounds.
It's like $7 for us.
Yeah, something like that. Anyway, I'm not good at conversion rates. Yeah, so every cosplayer paid £5, and all of these photographers were putting their time forward for free. There were loads of them. It ranged from like really professional with big setups and lights, all the way to photographers that just had an iPhone. There was a massive range. And all of this money went to our air ambulance. So that's it's
helicopter?
what it is on the tin. It's an ambulance that is a helicopter, and it can get to hard to reach places to pick people up that need to go to hospital. So that's where the photo was taken. The person with me is actually my ex. Zaya and Rakan, the characters that were they are a couple in game, and it was the first couple cosplay we ever did together. First and last, unfortunately. I don't think we do another. No, we were working on another one, and then he broke up with me. So this is our first and last couple cosplay picture. That you can actually see there's quite a few changes that I made to Zaya since then. The skull, for example, is different. This skull is new and improved in comparison to that one.
The ears are less like they're more.
Yeah, the ears there were pinned. I've now got the ears on a headband, so I can wiggle my head around as much as I want and they're not going anywhere.
I know the feeling. I'm like, oh, they're
Whereas
secure.
With that one, I had to be really careful because I had so many pins in my head that if I wiggled too much, my ear could just go plop, or it could sink down into my cape. So the ears are different there as well.
That's just a different emote in video game of League of Legends when the ears move. Let's put it that way.
Oh yes, it's completely natural for an ear to suddenly slip into a hood.
Just turtle.
But yes, that was that convention. It was a photography meetup. But I really enjoyed it. Everyone there was so like friendly. Everyone there was because it was all for charity, you know,
Yeah.
it was all actual cosplayers in the sense that because there wasn't any merch, it wasn't fans going to see people to buy things. It was all people like me, people like you that were going to have their photos done professionally.
Yeah.
That's what that was.
And
It
at
was a
that
really
price
good vibe.
too, that's really amazing.
Say again?
And at that price too, really amazing.
Oh yeah, at that price, it's for charity.
Let's go.
But yeah, that was a lot of fun. I enjoyed doing that one. But because it was all outside, you could probably see the bush in the background.
The bush.
It started during the daytime. It started when it was still light and the sun was up. But that photo there was at dusk. And my partner at the time, he's obviously from a cold country. That's why I moved to Norway for a while.
He said it was extremely...
Even he said it was like, it's getting a little bit cold because his character is shirtless. I was like, oh, honey, it's okay. Keep powering through it. I've got a jumper in the back. It's fine.
Just start doing some exercises. Just jumping down.
Oh, yeah. But when he was doing Rakan at his prime, because Rakan is, again, shirtless. He's got abs. When he was at his prime, he was cutting. I was like, oh. Maybe that was why I wanted to do the Zion Rakan couple cosplay. No, that's not why. But yeah.
It had to be part of like,
poor
hi.
boy, he was freezing near the end.
Yo, in the cold, it's actually quite wonderful because things stay in better places when you're cold versus
everything
hot
tightens
and sweaty.
up and it looks good.
It's like, oh, sup, I'm just here.
Yes. But yes, that's what that one was.
All
That was
right.
an old photo. That was a couple of years ago. That was
A couple years
3
ago is
years
like
ago?
5 years to me.
no, okay, 3 years ago. It was about 3 years ago.
All right, and then following up on the next one, it's gonna be the big butt head. Okay, and then this one I remember. This is Creeper-chan.
Creeper-chan, yes. Oh, Creeper-chan is a new character of mine. Specifically for my Minecraft streams. She will be coming to public as well. I've got a cute little dress and a hoodie for her. But I made her specifically for when I'm live on Twitch because I cosplay while I'm gaming. So today I was playing League of Legends and I was dressed up as Zaya. Saturday I'm doing Skyrim and I'm dressed up as my character from Skyrim.
Okay.
Who's called Amanita, which you will see later. She is one of the ones I show you later.
And with the makeup, honestly, something where people may say, oh, like, that doesn't look that complicated, even with the lipstick to going across the face, there's more technique and skill going into that than what a lot of people expect when it comes down to, even if it's not cosplay related, that type of skill is still a lot higher than beginner.
I spend hours doing my makeup, hours practicing my makeup. Like what you're seeing now with Zaya, about an hour and a half. But that's only because when I first started Zaya, 3 hours to do her makeup. So that's just because I've done lots and lots of practicing. What you're seeing now is in how I've done the makeup, very different to how I first did it. For example, my eyebrows used to be huge. I used to have like proper like chunks on my face not like the actual eyebrow bit with the little flaky bit. They used to be massive. Now they're more kind of natural for spiky eyebrows.
They look like eyebrows.
The eyeshadow, it used to be blended out around the eye, but now I've decided I much prefer it sharp. It's nice and clean below the eyeliner. So that's all just stuff that you play around with and you don't realize.
Eyebrows matter.
Time.
Eyebrows matter, man.
Eyebrows are amazing. I've noticed one of my eyebrows, because obviously I was streaming before this, one of my eyebrows has gone like a little bit shorter than the other and it's bugging me only a little bit. I was like, should I get an eyebrow pencil and fix it? But no, it's fine. No one will notice.
You're going to be taken off here after the interview, so don't do it. Unless you just want to go like...
Yeah, I just kind of want to skip the other one. So they're equal.
So now to your Witcher cosplay.
My Witcher cosplay. So that one is Ciri. I assume most people have watched The Witcher at this point, at least season 1. I haven't watched season 2 yet. No spoilers.
I haven't either, and you know what? I'm gonna be watching that here afterwards.
No spoilers.
How am I supposed to spoil it? Oh, here, I got one. It's out.
Oh
no!
Oh no! Anyway,
they have shiny things.
Funny story about that photo. So that was one of the ones that I did it during lockdown. I did lots of like makeup cosplays where it was mainly makeup based. You'll see a few of them. That wig wasn't white. It had to be edited to be white. The wig before, it was
brown.
It was blonde. No, It wasn't brown. It was blonde, and it had streaks of blue and green in it, and it had to be edited to be white. So fun story about that. The Witcher will be Ciri will be on stream as well. I am planning to cosplay while playing The Witcher, but I do have a white wig now, so you won't be seeing a multicolored wig on stream.
I'll be, honestly, and a lot of people, like, when I do these cosplayer interviews, they're like, why aren't you cosplaying? I'm like, I am. What you talking about? This is my cosplayer interview. Just like, okay, then, well, I'm not wearing the, raccoon cap anymore, so people are like, I'm like, I don't know where it's at, actually. I'm sorry.
I don't know where it is. That's the problem with being a cosplayer, isn't it? You get so much stuff. You then like, I'm trying to find one thing in particular. I don't know where it is.
And this is the one thing. Even with like, say, this is coming a lot from somebody with ADHD, but if you always just put back what you got in the first place, you'll be able to find it later.
No, that's a load of lies. The amount of times that I know I've put something somewhere and it's not there anymore.
Right? It's like... my room could be a complete clusterfuck of a mess. Straight up.
Naughty words. No.
I know. But a lot of people can relate to that. But you can find your stuff so much quicker.
Yeah.
And if you can't, it's like...
If you have a system, you have a system. It doesn't matter if it's like tidy or not.
It's mostly just clothes on the floor.
Is.
It's mostly always going to be clothes, though.
Definitely. Clothes that are folded, that haven't been put away. Clothes that haven't been put in the wash bin, that kind of stuff.
I'm trying to go through my entire wardrobe, thank you. And now to your Darth Maul.
Darth Maul, yes. Oh gosh. Again, that was another cosplay makeup, as you can see. It's not really there isn't actually an outfit that you can see. It's all just the face. That took me, I think, 4 hours.
I believe it.
4 hours.
I believe it.
Do for the makeup, just because I wanted all of the lines to be perfect. It took ages. There was another one of our cosplay friends round at the same time, and he was doing Kylo Ren, the one with the mask and the lightsaber with the little notches on the handle. What's it called? It's like a handguard. The handguard.
The handle.
Which is dumb. Yeah. Well, you've got the handle. You have the handguard, and then you've got the blade. But
you got the little laser sword looking thing.
Having lasers as your handguard is so dumb. You're gonna lose fingers doing that.
Yo, no, funniest joke.
That's supposed to be the safety thing, keeping you away from the blade.
You don't want to put your lightsaber in the pocket.
Zip, zip. That's how you burn things.
Well, got a new tat. How? Lightsaber in pocket.
Death by lightsaber in the wrong trousers.
Or just like you have it right here and it's upside down and it just goes off and...
But the lightsaber that you're seeing there, it's obviously been edited to glow, but I did use his prop for, like, I held I positioned my face and I had the lightsaber up, so it was like glowing on my face.
Yeah.
A little bit. It wasn't very noticeable, I think, in the final picture. But yeah, it was nice having a prop. I felt like a proper Sith Lord.
A dead one.
True, yeah, a dead Sith Lord.
He was half dead in the Clone Wars.
I've never really been a big fan of Star Wars in the sense that I've never really watched all of them. I played the Lego games and that'll do me. I know what happens because of the Lego games.
And then going on to your next one being another League of Legends cosplay, blue hair, yellow eyes, Diana.
Yeah, that's Diana. I want to say in her Valkyrie skin. Again, yes. That was another makeup piece. At the time, I think that was one of the first makeup pieces where I was like, oh, I want to do an actual character rather than make something up.
Right, and then it's not a big circle on the forehead, as I'll show everybody right here, is the fact that it's a moon with a dot right here, so, like, it's one of those... Yes. We can actually zoom in.
I did actually do the makeup of it, but we then edited it afterwards.
We did stuff.
To make it glow, to make both my eyes and the mark on my face glow.
Right.
Yeah, it's a moon, a dot, and then there's like a little diamond on the
right here. Here's that,
my nose
and
there.
then there's that, and then there's this right here. Here's her eyeballs with the actual cornea, all that fun stuff.
All that good stuff. Yeah, that was one of my more like basic makeup pieces. Like in comparison to Darth Maul, it looks kind of underwhelming, doesn't it?
You know, there are people starting to make specific like sponges to like just here put some paint there and then just boop.
Oh, if I'd only had known about that during that time, it'd been great. And it just printed it on my face.
Get some stencils, man. Get some stencils.
I do need some stencils. This is all freehand. This isn't any stencils, the little lubs on my face.
And you know, it can actually increase your steadiness or
dexterity,
coordination of doing things. So it's actually very well. And then we've got your D&D characters, as I'm going to just say that. Your
elf. My light elf and my dark elf. So they were, again, more makeup things during COVID. My light elf, I have actually turned into a D&D character of mine. Her name is Amanita, and she's the one that is on my Skyrim stream. She's the one I dress up as. She's changed a little bit. I've got a different headpiece for her now. It's made of leaves rather than that one there. But like the war paint and everything is the same. The other one is my dark elf. So I originally made my light elf, and then after I did that photo shoot, I was like, I need to do a dark elf as well. It's like the sun and the moon. I haven't got a name for my dark elf. Any suggestions are welcome. Not
Don't
your
make
suggestions.
Me repeat what
I
I
asked
said.
for your suggestions before, and they were terrible.
And I was jokingly
awful.
saying, we're gonna nickname her Kama.
Kama. All right, Kama's not too bad. It's better than the ones that, that you said before. I remember you were listing off an entire list of spices
from the
before,
Witch Kitchen tablet.
Basil and oregano.
Oh wait, what about Nightshade?
Say again?
Nightshade.
Nightshade is also a good one. Why? Last time you were coming up with
I said I was
terrible
joking
names, and now you're like proving me wrong. Going, that video doesn't exist, so I'm gonna do loads of good names and show you up. Fine, whatever.
If it was an assassin rogue type night elf, I would have said Moon Dancer for the weapon.
Again, that's a good name. What the hell? Last time you said so many stupid suggestions, and now you're like,
I surprise everybody. I surprise everybody. Or like I made a joke for a username, and I said, how about we create this username for SNGs being like hemp Hip Wickwar or Warwick. And somebody's like, what? I'm like, I only say that because I had it right here.
Warwick is the name of a League of Legends character. He's
a
big old wolf.
I love Warwick, and I'm just like, if Warwick was getting high, it would be Hemp Warwick for the skin.
What the heck?
He's I'm always angry, but now I'm good.
Does this not prove the fact that you said loads of stupid names before? There you go. This is proof.
No, honestly, it's one of those, when showing somebody my intelligence, I don't really, go full throttle when I first meet somebody. I'm just like...
Intelligence? What intelligence?
I just rolled a 1 last week, don't worry.
Just completely called you out there. You are smart, No,
honestly.
I'm not being paid to say this.
No. In all honesty, and I always tell people too, nothing is ever scripted except for the fact of intro, going on to the photos, and outro.
The only things that are scripted is the questions that you ask me, and that's about it. Everything else in between, no.
I always keep things unique with every interview. As to the next pictures, though.
The next pictures? What are the next
Zaya.
pictures? I'm waiting. Oh, is it another Zaya?
Yeah, it's the photoshopped feathered one. Ooh.
The CGI feather. You're able to see the makeup a little bit better.
Yes, you see how it's more
than before.
Up here.
Oh yeah, my chunky eyebrows. Yeah, I think they ended up going to about there. They were halfway up my forehead when I first started them, and they were thick. Now thick. I think they look more natural. I'd like to think they look a little bit more natural.
The thickness of that was a second. No, the thickness of those brows were that you had 4 eyebrows.
Yeah,
no,
exactly. That was bad.
I see you. You can
also see the skull is different, better there. The feathers look kind of meh there, whereas I think these ones look better.
Yes.
In my opinion.
Yes.
Yeah, redid it. Also, this skull is resin printed. That one was 3D printed with filament, and you can kind of see the ridges.
Yeah.
On the one in the photo, whereas this one is all smooth,
shiny. It's all nice. Resin 3D printers are nice, but man, they are such a pain in the butt.
They're not as bad as filament. My brother owns a filament printer, which is why that one is printed. I actually, behind me, you can't see it, but I own a resin printer, and it's the only thing pernickety about it, I'd say, is making sure the settings are right and the fact that the resin is toxic. So always wear a mask, always wear gloves. Don't just randomly touch stuff with resin on your hand. You got to be really careful with it.
Unless you want to become a resin project, man. You're gonna be the next Matchbox racing car at this point.
But yeah, the feather that I'm holding, I did show them briefly earlier. I have actually got real prop daggers. I made them last year, I think. So I didn't have them when I first made Zaya.
Many moons ago.
Say again?
Many moons ago.
Many moons ago, yeah. But the feathers in that is obviously CGI because they're floating. I wanted, when I used to pose for photos, I used to just do that as if I was holding a feather. But obviously, that doesn't look as good as this. I liked having a physical prop, which is why I made these. They are kind of sharp. I mean, I could probably
poke somebody with it and be like, ow. Not as much as what my tattoo was like today.
I could maybe give them a paper cut, potentially. It's not paper, it's made of cloth. But I'll give you
a cloth burn.
I could maybe use them as claws. And me just being stupid with my props. And that's what most cosplayers do. They do some stupid stuff with them.
And then we get to your satyr cosplay.
Oh, it's the one I was talking about being sexually harassed in earlier.
Yes.
Yeah, you can really see that. That's not a great photo of me in the sense that I have lost weight since then.
You still look good
yes,
in
you
it.
can. I still look fabulous. I just look more fabulous now. Yes, so you can see my assets there. She was my first ever, because I made Ivy before I made Zaya.
Yeah.
She was my first ever completely handmade outfit. I mean, I handmade stuff before, where I grabbed stuff from charity shops and I altered them. That's how I started my cosplay dreams. But she was the first one that I made pattern pieces for everything. So like the furry legs were completely made by myself. The hooves were completely made. The staff I did by myself. The little like bralette made of ivy leaves, again, completely handmade. I was so proud of her. But that's Ivy. That photo is actually done on a green screen. You probably realise that it's a green screen photo, but I think it looks really cool.
Actually, being over in the UK area, United Kingdom, you can find places like this in the wild.
Oh, I know. There was in Wales, especially, I think, because I know that I think parts of The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings were filmed here. I think. Don't question me.
I was gonna say, they were not done in America. They were definitely done out of country. They avoided a lot of taxes.
Wonder why. Totally worth it though. Like some of the visuals in them are stunning.
Right.
But yes, that's Ivy.
It's weird, but there are some places like that here in Illinois, in small towns, where people made their houses underground, like in the Hobbit movies, but not based because of that purely, but it's a natural heating source for the house.
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
I've just realised you can see,
tail.
know where my hand's posing like that?
The tail, right.
If you go down and to the left, you can actually see a bit of my tail.
Yeah.
Because we were talking about my tail earlier, and people wanted to touch it and do other things.
There it is.
There it is. There's the tail.
Yeah, and at the same time, I was thinking, well, was this like tail like something like yay big? Nope, that's a pretty good sized tail actually.
It was a good sized tail considering that I had a good sized bum. it was a good size. It was so fluffy as well. Like...
And then we get to I don't recall the kitty one.
Oh, is that my cat maid?
That's your cat maid.
Just wait. Suddenly your chat will be flooded. Ooh, kitty maid. I actually. Yeah. I actually made a video. Gasp! A video of me as the cat maid. Is it sexual? I wouldn't say so, but some of it is kind of insinuated. You've got your cat maid cleaning around your house. You see some shots of her on a bed, just lying on a bed. You have her making you food and ice cream and serving you. It's a very good photo, very good video.
We are
I've
hungry.
had lots of compliments on the video. Oof.
Just big oof.
Oh no, I've killed you. You're thinking about cat-made videos.
No. I'm
Quickly
actually
look it up. Well,
no.
It's available on my Facebook, on my Instagram, and on my YouTube.
No, for
no,
me,
what are you doing?
I would be essentially like Goku from Dragon Ball Z. I'd be more about food, or better yet, Luffy. I'd be more like Luffy in all honesty than Goku when it comes, especially food. I'm just like, ooh, but my belly says yes, but no. My body says no, but my belly's like yes, food.
I was just absolutely deafened for a minute there. But yes, my cat maid was I actually I wanted to do a cat maid because I had the ears. I had the wig. That's one of the wigs that actually I bought not specifically for it. I was gifted it.
I feel like with the cat maid outfit, combine it with your Witcher, people would go crazy for something like that. They'd be like, "Ooh."
I might do that. I might have one special
stuff for that.
Where I'll be Siri, but I'll be wearing pretty cat ears.
Kitty. Soft kitty, warm kitty.
Little ball of fur.
So, and then to your dark elf.
Yes.
With the ball.
My dark elf. Not, with the moon, not a ball. Tis a moon that I'm holding with the dark elf. And the like little wispies coming off of it. I really like this photo. It's why
I see a face.
Sent it.
I see here's the mouth. Here's the nose. There's the two eyes like
Gasp.
Gasp.
What? I'm famous.
Willis's cousin. Willis.
I'll tell you something funny. You know the ears?
Yes.
The ears were because Amanita has really long hair. You don't really see the ears in the hair. I didn't actually have elf ears. Oopsie, tonk. I didn't actually have elf ears for that shoot. They haven't arrived yet. So they were made with wire.
I can see the wire with the
black face paint and masking tape.
I see the wire part right here, just on the edges, of course.
Yeah, because I was trying to mimic an actual ear with the curly bits. But that was masking tape and wire and black face paint. That's what that was. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was trying to mimic with the wire outline. But
all right, and then
me being crafty. That's what that was. You wouldn't realize otherwise. You'd think, oh, they're just elf ears. But yeah, that's what that was.
Yes, and then up close of your light elf.
Oh,
I swear I don't recall these.
In that photo.
I don't recall these last few pictures in the last interview.
I'm proud of you. I remember the last interview. You kind of botched who they were. You were like, that's. But this one, you've nailed it. You know all of my characters. Oh, she looks so pretty in that photo. Ah.
You see more of the up close of the speckles.
You see all the little freckles and the face paint.
And just this one specifically, it's that I would come up and I'd be like, you know this freckle right here? Boop.
I do actually have one of those. Is one of my real freckles. Because I have a few freckles. You can't really see them because of the thing. But I've got one here, and I've got one here, and I've got a few smattering across my cheeks. But you can't see because the light is really bright and I'm obviously wearing makeup.
I can see the one on your. I can see the one that you pointed out right here with the makeup.
This one?
It's a little bit darker right there.
Yes, yeah. That one is one of my darkest. I've also got, I think it's one here.
Oh no!
You can't really see it.
I see. This is a joke about what I'm about to. Oh, I see that mole.
They're cute freckles. Don't call them moles.
I see more. No, I'm joking. This would be the humor that I have with my friends, everybody. This is literally like, hey, this is friendly humor. Dark humor.
Well, I know everything you say, you don't mean it maliciously. It's you're just jesting.
I mean, if you want to see me be malicious, go watch my Elden Ring gameplay.
Ooh.
not really advised for people of underage to hear my language. Where you think I'm a cute little angel here, oh, I am a sailor in those gameplays.
You are not an angel. No way.
And then going on to your League of Legends Sonya. No. Soraka.
No.
Soraka.
Yes,
Soraka.
Not Sona. Yes, it is Soraka. So that was during the time that I wanted to cosplay as Dawnbringer Soraka. So this was another makeup test. Looking at it now, oh my gosh, I know I could do so much better. That was I'd never changed my skin color before, in the sense that I'd never been blue, dabba-dee-dabba-die. I'd never been blue, I'd never been purple, I'd never been green. This was the first time I'd ever changed my skin color. And I can see it, but I think that's just because it's my photo. Like, I can see all the imperfections.
Yeah.
I know I could do so much better now, because I've been purple since then. I'm doing Cutie Cafe Soraka, and she's purple. Dawnbringer is blue.
There's only one Soraka skin that she was of human before her actual curse placed on her. Where her
No, that's not the lore of Soraka.
Oh.
Let me school you, boy. So, the lore of Soraka is she is a celestial. She is a goddess. But she saw all of the pain that was happening in the world and wanted to help. So she gave up her immortality to come to the earth to heal people. Lore drop.
There we go. People will correct me on League of Legends real quick, but the whole changing of lore, the lore of
I know
Warwick.
that in one of her previous lore things, she was tricked by Warwick, who wanted to eat her heart.
Yes, I was going to say, the
yeah,
lore of Warwick has changed.
That was her old lore thing. It's been redone now.
Yes, that's why it's like when anybody would ever say, like, when I was Warwick and there was Soraka, I was like, I'm going to come and eat you.
Yeah, that's why there was that voice line. But everything's been reworked since then. So.
Yeah, the whole summoners are no longer a thing.
Yeah, so that's why they have to redo some of... I know there are some lines like Misfortune and Sona. Only you can hear me, summoner. Like, they have to redo those because that's no longer a thing.
Yo, and there's so many comics that people have done when those lines were out or still out, and it's like, oh...
I know those exact comments you're thinking.
Especially, what was it? Sonya, especially.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
because obviously she regularly talked to the summoner because she was mute. She couldn't talk to people normally.
There was a 18 plus panel that I was a part of where I was a summoner just dressed up in game gear and stuff. I'm like, yo, what's up? I was gonna be in the purple robe stuff like how summoners were. And we were doing comic dub stuff, and one of them involved with the Lux Garen comic of them being on the battlefield and Sonya.
Yeah, no, I know the exact one you're on about.
There was a Sonya in the crowd, and we got her to voice the lines that were actually in there for sound effects. I'm just like, everybody lost their stuff. It was hilarious, and everybody was just like, dude, this was an excellent, like, panel. I'm like, yeah, it was with my ex-fiance, a good friend of mine right now, and then his ex-girlfriend, and I, who did the panel, and it was just like, hey, we're gonna have fun with this.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you can't laugh at yourself in cosplay, then, you can't take all the criticism, can you?
Right, no, honestly, and that's a big thing, too, in the cosplay world, or just in general, in the real life. If you can't make fun of yourself, you can't take a joke, you're not going to go far in this world. But, like, there's a plain borderline of never too cross when taking a joke too far is, like, that's not cool, bro.
Was that the last of the photos?
Yes.
I can't remember.
Yes.
I can't remember which photos I've sent you. Which
it's weird. I completely forgot those last 4 that we just showed. I'm like, I don't recall ever showing those in the last one. I'm like...
No, that was because we were halfway through them when someone commented going, well, there's no sound.
So they were actually...
And we were like,
genuine...
we're going to have to redo. So we didn't look at those last ones because there was no point.
Yes, and I was like, I don't even look at the timer now for this interview. I'm like, nope, this is a bigger, like, we are going to be sitting here talking a lot longer because last week this is a bunch of caca.
Oh, yeah. This one has gone much longer than the other one. I think it's gone on for nearly 2 hours, I think.
You don't put time.
No.
Time is irrelevant when you're in the live stream, enjoying
when you're
things.
in the zone.
And when you're in the zone. What is time?
Time is
it is irrelevant.
A human invention. Human, what's it called? A human something.
Tracking. Concept.
Human
there we
concept.
go. It's as soon as it's dark out, it's done for me. for the day. Like I done work. I know just.
To admit, my eyes are, because I've been streaming since 6, so I had to have my contacts in from 4 so I could do my makeup and everything in time.
All right. So then
now
let's go ahead on to the social media, so where people can follow you up on.
Yeah. So I'm quite lucky. My tag at JayRae's Cosplay is all of my tags. So you can find me anywhere with it. So it's JayRaes Cosplay. COSPLAY. I forgot how to spell cosplay then for a minute.
COSPALA. Why?
Why? So I'm available on Facebook, Instagram. I've got a Snapchat, so if you want to see like regular updates of props I'm making. I've got a Discord. I've actually got a Discord channel. If you go onto my Facebook or Instagram or whatever, or on my Twitch, because obviously I have a Twitch, there will be a direct link to an invite for that, so you can join. I post my Twitch schedule up there. I post it on my other social medias as well, but no other social media can you talk to me and I'll answer like immediately. What else do I have? I've got a YouTube, but it's only got like I think 3 videos on it. And I've obviously got a Twitch. I stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, and the games depend on whatever I've put up for the beginning week.
Yeah.
The schedule changes every week.
It does. That's the sad thing about Twitch streaming on the schedule. We can't make every single day individually as what we're gonna do. We have to change it every week.
Yeah, I mean, this week I did Minecraft on Tuesday. Today I did League, and then Saturday I've got Skyrim. But if next week I decided that I'd rather do 2 sessions of Minecraft, so Tuesday and Saturday, then I'd do something else. Like, you know, it also depends on what my fans want. So my friends have specifically asked for Minecraft on Tuesdays, because that's when a lot of them have free time. So yeah, sure, I'll do Minecraft on Tuesdays. I've also got a suggestions channel. I know somebody wants me to do Untitled Goose Game, so that's what I'm going to be doing in the future. It is a beautiful day, and you are an annoying goose. Honk honk.
Even with a game like that, like how I'm doing Elden Ring, I'm going to be stepping back from that. Not because I want to stop playing because it's too hard. I'll also be doing... I'm a variety gamer. A variety game streamer, where I'll do something not all of the same of one week. I'll change it up. It's the fact of, you know, being accessible to something that won't be lagging as a stream. I'll be doing more things on the PS5, for example, as doing that. And if it comes to computer games, it's very, like, my computer can handle any of the new games easily. Streaming, not so much. it's not
I think it also depends on, you know, if if they really like Minecraft over, League, for example, they'd rather see more Minecraft content, then they can tell me, I much prefer your Minecraft streams to your League of Legends streams. So I'm like, okay, I'll do more Minecraft rather than League. I'll do 2 sessions of Minecraft every week.
Minecraft, you can go for days on years.
Oh, yeah.
Of doing Minecraft.
I mean, I'm so excited. I finally sorted a server so people can join me while I'm playing. And I've got Twitch spawn fully working, thankfully. So...
Is it going to be like 2B2T?
Is it what, sorry?
Is it going to be like 2B2T?
2B2T?
The oldest Anarchy Minecraft server.
Don't know what that is.
Look up Fit MC. Shout out to him. He used to be a history teacher, so in his videos you could play in the background.
Yeah.
We'll continue talking about that here. Yeah. We'll get derailed, and then it'll be about food again. That tells you how much we'll talk about food for hours. Honestly, let's put it that way. Or cat stuff.
Oh, cat stuff. Yes. Yeah. Cats are adorable. I love cats.
Potato cat.
Potato cat.
Exploding Kittens is another good. Okay, so yes, please follow up JayRae's Cosplay on all of our social media links. They will be in the description below. When you see this on YouTube, that'll be fun stuff. And then I will in the future be telling more people about an actual giveaway for Twitch streamers as $100 worth of subs, or it's gonna be 100 subs. I'm gonna gift to a lucky random person that I'll have a random generated thing. So if you guys are all following, I will actually be giving a giveaway to somebody out there, but if I can't do that, I'll just be like, here's $100, just send me your PayPal. It's special stuff like that. So other than that, guys, thank you everybody for coming and watching the actual interview of JayRae's Cosplay. Is there anything else that you would love to tell the audience?
Don't eat yellow snow. Actually, no. Oh no.
Winter's coming.
Follow me. I'm super friendly. I swear I am. I'm really friendly.
No, she's extremely dark and rude. I'm
I'd
joking.
love to see you on my own socials, on my own Twitch. Thank you so much for having me here. I've really enjoyed the interview. It's been great.
Especially with our schedules being so tight. It's not even a joke.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's late for me now. I'm gonna regret this in the morning.
So on that, everyone, see you on the next one. And other than that, keep it real. Peace out, Girl Scouts. Until next time, have a goodie.
Ah.